She smiled, held out her right hand. For a moment, she was afraid he might kneel. Wellington, please. To use your name like that, We've known each other 6 years, she said. It's long past time. Formalities should have been dropped between us. In private. Yueh ventured a thin smile, thinking, I believe it has worked. Now she'll think anything unusual in my manner is due to embarrassment. She'll not look for deeper reasons when she believes she already knows the answer. I'm afraid I was wool gathering, he said. Whenever I feel especially sorry for you, I'm afraid I think of you as, well, Jessica. Sorry for me, whatever for. Yueh shrugged. Long ago he had realized Jessica was not gifted with the full truth say, as his Juana had been. Still, he always used the truth with Jessica whenever possible. It was safest. You've seen this place, my Jessica. He stumbled over the name, plunged ahead. So barren after Caladan, and the people, those townswomen we passed on the way here, wailing beneath their veils. The way they looked at us. She folded her arms across her breast, hugging herself, feeling the crysknife there, a blade ground from a sandworm's tooth, if the reports were right. It's just that we're strange to them. Different people, different customs. They've known only the Harkonnens. She looked past him out the windows. What were you staring at out there? He turned back to the window. The people. Jessica crossed to his side, looked to the left toward the front of the house where Yueh's attention was focused. A line of 20 palm trees grew there, the ground beneath them swept clean, barren. A screen fence separated them from the road upon which What reason? She asked. And then there's the atmospheric moisture. Little enough of it, certainly, but there's some. It's the major source of water here, caught in wind traps and precipitators. Where does that come from? The polar caps. Cold air takes up little moisture, Wellington. There are things here behind the Harkonnen Veil that bear close investigation, and not all of those things are directly involved with the spice. We are indeed behind the Harkonnen Veil, he said. Perhaps we'll... He broke off, noting the sudden intense way she was looking at him. Is something wrong? The way you say Harkonnen, she said. Even my Duke's voice doesn't carry that weight of venom when he uses that hated name. I didn't know you had personal reasons to hate them, Wellington. Great Mother, he thought. I've aroused her suspicion. Now I must use every trick my Wana taught me. There's only one solution. Tell the truth as far as I can. He said, you didn't know that my wife, my Wana. He shrugged, unable to speak past a sudden constriction in his throat. Then, the words would not come out. He felt panic, closed his eyes tightly, experiencing the agony in his chest and little else, until a hand touched his arm gently. Forgive me, Jessica said. I did not mean to open an old wound. And she thought, those animals. His wife was Bene Gesserit. The signs are all over him, and it's obvious the Harkonnens killed her. Here's another poor victim bound to the Atreides by a Sherem of hate. I am sorry, he said. I'm unable to talk about it. He opened his eyes, giving himself up to the internal awareness of grief. That, at least, was truth. Jessica studied him, seeing the up-angled cheeks, the dark sequins of almond eyes, the butter complexion, and stringy mustache hanging like a curved frame around purpled lips and narrow chin. The creases of his cheeks and forehead, she saw, were as much lines of sorrow as of age. A deep affection for him came over her. Wellington, I'm sorry we brought you into this dangerous place, she said. I came willingly, he said, and that too was true. But this whole planet's a Harkonnen trap. You must know that. It will take more than a trap to catch the Duke Leto, he said, and that too was true. Perhaps I should be more confident of him, she said. He is a brilliant tactician. We've been uprooted, he said. That's why we're uneasy. And how easy it is to kill the uprooted plant, she said, especially when you put it down in hostile soil. Are we certain the soil's hostile? There were water riots when it was learned how many people the Duke was adding to the population. She said, they stopped only when the people learned we were installing new wind traps and condensers to take care of the load. There's only so much water to support human life here, he said. The people know if more come to drink a limited amount of water, the price goes up and the very poor die. But the Duke has solved this. It doesn't follow that the riots mean permanent hostility towards him. And guards, she said. Guards everywhere, and shields. You see the blurring of them everywhere you look. We did not live this way on Caladan. Give this planet a chance, he said. But Jessica continued to stare, sounds mean only one thing: bribes in high places. She shook her head. Where the fearwad goes, death and deceit follow. You malign him. Malign. I praise him. Death and deceit are our only hopes now. I just do not fool myself about the fear's methods. You should keep busy, he said. Give yourself no time for such morbid busy. What is it that takes most of my time, Wellington? I am the Duke's secretary, so busy that each day I learn new things to fear. Things he doesn't even suspect, I know. She compressed her lips, spoke thinly. Sometimes I wonder how much my Bene Gesserit business training figured in his choice of me. What do you mean? He found himself caught by the cynical tone, the bitterness that he had never seen her expose. Don't you think, Wellington, she asked, that a secretary bound to one by love is so much safer? That is not a worthy thought, Jessica. The rebuke came naturally to his lips. There was no doubt how the Duke felt about his concubine. One had only to watch him as he followed her with his eyes. She sighed. You're right, it's not worthy. Again, she hugged herself, pressing the sheathed crisp knife against her flesh and thinking of the unfinished business it represented. There'll be so much bloodshed soon, she said. The Harkonnens won't rest until they're dead, or my Duke destroyed. The Baron cannot forget that Leto is a cousin of the royal blood, no matter what the distance, while the Harkonnen titles came out of the Chome pocketbook. But the poison in him, deep in his mind, is the knowledge that an Atreides at a Harkonnen banished for cowardice after the Battle of Corin. The old feud, yueh muttered, and for a moment he felt an acid touch of hate. The old feud had trapped him in its web, killed his Wana, or worse, left her for Harkonnen tortures until her husband did their bidding. The old feud had trapped him, and these people were part of that poisonous thing. The irony was that such deadliness should come to flower here on Arrakis, the one source in the universe of melange, the prolonger of life, the giver of health. What are you thinking? She asked. I am thinking that the spice brings 620,000 Solaris the decagram on the open market right now. That is wealth to buy many things. Does greed even touch you, Wellington? Not greed. What then? He shrugged. Futility. He glanced at her. Can you remember your first taste of spice? It tasted like cinnamon, but never twice the same, he said. It's like life. It presents a different face each time you take it. Some hold that the spice produces a learned flavor reaction. The body, learning a thing is good for it, interprets the flavor as pleasurable, slightly euphoric, and, like life, never to be truly synthesized. I think it would have been wiser for us to go renegade, to take ourselves beyond the Imperial reach, she said. whose true